I got my very first Scary Sweet Birthday doll, and it is Frankie. This line is to celebrate Draculaura's Scary Sweet Birthday party, so each doll does come with a gift for Draculaura, and this line actually features G3 Cupid, which is really cool because I really do not have any Cupid dolls. But anyways, onto Frankie. Their outfit looks really beautiful. I think that the colors are really cohesive too. One thing that does kind of bother me is the blush being a little bit darker than what I think it should be, but that's just a personal preference. I just think it stands out a little too much. The other accessories are really cool too. They come with a balloon, a birthday card, a blue lipstick, and of course a personal handbag besides the bag that's intended to be given as a gift to Draculaura. I really wish that Claudine was also included as just a normal part of the play line as well, not with the play set, just because I think that she would have had a better design. And then here's Frankie out of the box. One thing that would have been really cool to see for Frankie is if they'd actually had rooted hair over here. This blue part on their head is unfortunately just painted plastic. I just feel like it would give the doll so much more if it was actually rooted hair, like just a little buzz cut. But the rest of the hair is split off. Part of it is in a bang and it is in a high ponytail. There is a mix of 3 colors, black, blonde, and a blue streak. The hair is unfortunately on the thinner side and the bottom does look a little bit choppy with some strands sticking out way lower than the rest. But overall from the front, it does look nice and neat. They do have pierced ears and a pair of earrings in a solid silver color. I think the makeup is nice overall. The black and blue brows and lips look really nice. This is the blush that I mentioned earlier. I just feel like it's a little too dark and like very circular. Like it just looks so harshly printed on, if that makes sense. The balance of black and blue on the lips is actually pretty impressive because it doesn't spill over too much. And then they do have a blue necklace. I do feel like having it in a solid blue color does kind of make it look cheap. But this sleeve is so cool. It is mesh and it does have a pink ruffle at the top. And then on the other hand, we do have a pink mesh sleeve. And you can actually see one of Frankie's stitches through it. And then Frankie's outfit does consist of a dress and a plastic cage skirt over the top of it. It does really add to a more like regal and festive look, but we are going to take it off just to see what it looks like underneath. This is the cage part on its own. As you can see, it does have some printed on details. And these white parts are actually meant to look like frosting, which is really cool. And then here's what Frankie looks like without that plastic piece. So as you can see, it is just a solid dress. It's mostly in a black color, but there is a second layer on a part of it with a printed on plaid pattern along with some pink. And then this is what the back looks like underneath the hair. Underneath the dress, there is nothing, no shorts, no bloomers. They do have a pink prosthetic leg. The stitches are not painted on, so it's all in a solid pink color. But the heels are really cool. They are blue and silver. I think that they fit the caged part of the skirt perfectly. They do look very much like G3 Frankie's style, super fitting for them. And one thing to note is that when you do have the caged part of the skirt on these dolls, they cannot sit properly because the skirt part does like flare out and get in the way. So their thighs won't really touch the seat. If you're trying to make them sit down, they'll always be like propped up. And then this is the bag that Frankie comes with. It is mostly in a silver color, but there is a blue lightning bolt painted on. And it does kind of open up, but it is definitely not intended to store anything inside. And one thing that bothers me about these balloons is, yes, they look cute, but the dolls cannot actually hold them because they are so heavy. Like this bow and the lightning bolt are so pretty, but Frankie cannot actually hold this. And then Frankie does come with the birthday card for Draculaura. The inside says, "Wishing my fantastic friend an electrifying birthday." This is the blue lipstick that I mentioned earlier. The top of it does actually open and close. It's super tiny, but I really like the color. And the fact that it's got a little grip so that Frankie can actually hold it. This is the invite for Draculaura's birthday party. And this is the gift Frankie has for Draculaura. And the gift for Draculaura is a tiny bracelet in a solid pink color. It looks very cute, and I feel like this is definitely something Draculaura would want.